Not today, boys. Alright, welcome back everyone. This week kind of starts off on a bit of a rainy day. You can see here it wasn't the best weather, but you know, it's always nice to have an excuse to kind of stay in, do some odd chores around the house and just progress on the game a little bit. So starting this week off, I thought I'd focus on getting some menu elements into the game. Going off of what we had so far, by the end of the last episode, you know that I only had the core mechanics around the tile placement system working, but there was really nothing else to the game. So for my first day, I pretty much just spent all the time trying to figure out how to get a menu system in, and then transitioning between the main menu to start the game and being able to actually exit the game. So of course, you know, progress with these things is a bit slow coming from other game engines. You've got to figure out how to delete scenes and spawn new scenes correctly without creating memory leaks. So here you can see the menu that I ended up with at the end of this day. It's very simple. It just allows you to exit the game, which actually closes it. So it's nice to have a button to do that, and then you can start the game and that will spawn the board. And then pressing escape just brings you back to the main menu. As you can tell, it's still raining today, as I am currently in a uni break, and the uni break isn't very long. I've got to make do with all the time I can get, so I'm heading off on a little bit of a road trip today. So here's the little Airbnb that we're staying in near the lake. Over these few days that I was up here, I decided mainly just to relax and recharge a little bit from the uni trimester. But in the meantime, I did do a little bit of research on the Godot engine and learned a little bit about finite state machines to implement later in the game. Then in the evening there was this really nice spa by the lake that we visited, and that was the end of the trip. On the way back home we got to enjoy a brief spot of nice weather, but that quickly turned into storm and eventually even some snow and ice. So here you can see I'm back at home, and I have installed some sick new LEDs around my desk to help me, you know, get in the zone when I'm coding. So in my first few days back, I spent implementing some of the patterns based around state that I had been researching while I was on my little break. I realized at this point that a lot of the code that I'd written so far didn't really work perfectly with the state system that I wanted to use in the game. This meant that I had to spend a fair chunk of that day just really refactoring my code. Now this was some pretty heavy duty refactoring, and I rewrote almost all of the controller systems. I think I might go into these details a little bit more in a separate tutorial series that I'll make about making this game. So to finish off here, I managed to spend one more day working on this menu system, and I finally managed to get to a point where I can have a menu selection screen that represents all the current boards that we have in the map, and then you can select those boards from the map and then load in those different levels and go back to the map if you need, and vice versa. So here you can see me demoing this. I've made just 4 maps for now. There's nothing interesting about these maps, just to test out loading in and out of different maps. You'll also notice that now the units finally actually do damage to each other. Enemies do damage to the player units, and player units do damage to the enemy units. Obviously it's still looking super bland, but I'm really happy with this major refactor that I've done this week, and then hope to get in more of the actual gameplay for the next few weeks now that we have a basic menu system working. So moving forward from here, I just wanted to let you guys know that I'm going to be working on a couple tutorial type videos, since I've seen a few of you asking for those. And I'll be making another one of these videos. Hopefully it won't take me as long, and I'll have more in it because I won't be on holiday. But until then, I'll see you around.